head back. The shift's nearly over.
You're itching to knock off, aren't you? Got plans?
Nothing special.
Hang on a minute. Burglary CID are after. Mugshots are all over the station.
You sure?
Yeah. We could go on foot and nip round the back and him off at the junction.
No way, I'll get him in the car.
Sorry, Peach, I'm out of here.
Jodie! Come on!
Got you!
I can't.
You're going nowhere. My first arrest.
Shouldn't have left the car. Have you cautioned him?
No, not yet.
If you're going to do it, at least do it properly.
It was an urgent call. Why didn't you get there sooner?
I had to prioritise. I thought one of my officers was in danger elsewhere.
But they weren't.
I didn't know that.
But you did know that Peggy Grabowski had been stabbed in the throat,
Yes,
and
I
you
did.
could have stopped her from choking.
You don't know that.
Mom,
You don't know that, Mom.
I know that clearing someone's airways is a procedure you're familiar with. I know that Peggy Grabowski died from choking, and I know that you could have been there sooner, couldn't you?
Well, no, not
Let me
necessarily.
ask you again. If you'd got there quicker, would she have lived?
It's not as simple as that.
Answer the question. You'd got there quicker. Would she have lived?
I suppose.
Don't suppose, say. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Jim, you've just committed professional suicide.
Why do you always catch me out?
Did you really meet?
Mom, that was a cheap heckle.
Perfectly legit. All's fair in love, war and role play. All right, appraisal over.
Did I do okay?
As ever. That's why I did a Peggy Grabowski on you, keep you in check.
Charmer, do you ever lose?
Not in made-up scenarios, no.
Don't listen to me, we're going to get nowhere.
I called him.
I read the caution.
Charm.
You're meant to do what I say. Yeah, you're meant to do what he says.
But Nick Buster, I'm meant to be learning. How am I going to do that without actually doing something?
Bobby Coles. CID will be pleased. Whose collar?
Mine.
Nice one.
I'd forgotten what it was like to sleep with someone, to feel a warm body by my side, to hear her breathing. I just wish you wouldn't wet the bed.
Are you feeding them properly?
And I wish you wouldn't, shove her nose where the sun don't shine.
Excuse me?
Dog.
Oh, thank God for that.
What's the mutt's name?
Flynn.
Oh, right, Flynn. Yeah,
Did I tell you about Flynn?
We told the world about Flynn.
I tell you, she's more fun to live with than the boss, although she does snore and fart like him. And she does this fantastic sort of, like a whimper and a twitch when she's dreaming.
Are you in love, Tiger?
No, she's a dog.
Hello,
Less of the sexism, Tiger.
You are?
Right, I've got a noisy neighbour complaint. 18 Cheney Street. I know it's late, but anyone?
I'll take it.
Thought you'd nearly finished.
Don't matter, I'll go.
Not on your own, you won't.
Oh, come on, Sarge, I'll be all right.
No, you'll do as you're told.
OK, I'll grab Steve. Steve.
Ah, the incredible Sulk herself. Speaking to me now? What is it?
Forget it.
Two by what?
2 by 1. Yeah, I forgot it.
2 by 1. Al, why don't you just say wood?
We're gonna need some.
Yeah, of course I can get some. 2 6-foot lengths, OK. Yeah, I will get them in the car, will I?
Yeah, well.
Right, I gotta go. DIY night with Al.
Look at you.
Yeah, we really know how to enjoy ourselves.
I bet you do.
I wouldn't know if there was anything wrong.
And you're his mother, and you should listen to her, not him.
I'm here.
Boy, it's bad news, and I don't want him in this house anymore. I'm sick of the sight of him.
Look, all she said. You know what she said.
I know what she said.
Hello,
and I
you.
believe her. Why
Is your
don't
mummy
you
in?
believe her? Get into your thick head.
Just
Could come in and see
I
her.
know, doesn't matter if she's a kid.
Just a comment she made.
A comment that she made that's true.
It's just kids talk. That is all.
It is not kids talk.
Hello?
I'm telling you, your son is molesting my daughter.
PC Finn, Newton Park.
What the hell are you doing here?
Your daughter let me in. We had a complaint from a neighbour.
A complaint?
About the noise. What did you just say about your daughter?
No, I can't do this. I'm going.
Where?
Out.
Where's PC Flynn?
She's out on a job.
Can I help?
I think PC Flynn does it deliberately. It's her appraisal.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't realise.
No reason why you should. It's her responsibility. Isn't she supposed to be with Steve?
She is.
I don't think so.
It's just kids talk. Aid's a lovely man and he's a good father, but he hasn't a clue with kids. Mel, me youngest, said something, as kids do, and he took it seriously. I'm really sorry about the noise, by the way.
That's okay. What did Mel say had happened?
Just that she didn't want Nathaniel to examine her anymore.
Examiner?
Well, they play doctors and nurses.
I see. How old is your son?
Nat's 11.
Has your daughter shown any signs of being upset?
No, of course she hasn't. Honestly, it was just something she said. Mel says Barbie rattles onto her the whole time. It doesn't mean she does. No, it's her imagination, that's all.
Where's your son now?
He's probably playing footy in the park. He's crazy about it. Or he'll be round the corner at his dad's, my ex, Jake. Nat's mine from my first marriage.
I see.
Oh, I'm really proud of him. He's had a lot to deal with, the divorce and everything. He doesn't get on so well with his stepdad. You see, Mel is the apple of Aid's eye. She's got him wrapped round her little finger, which is why he believes every little thing she says and why I know it's nonsense. Look, I'm her mother. I'd know.
Control to 6479, over.
6479 to control receiving.
How are you and Steve doing with the noisy neighbours?
Fine, we're doing fine.
Is Steve with you?
Yeah, he's just grabbing a burger.
Right you are.
Lying to a superior officer isn't exactly the sort of thing I wanted you to teach her.
Mum.
Me, move. What's your name? I'm Jodie.
I'm not. Am I in trouble?
No. Do you always play on your own?
I play with Dad, but it's not the same. He doesn't try.
Don't you like that?
It's too easy. I'd rather play on my own.
I used to play games with my brothers. Have you got any brothers and sisters to play with?
Sister.
Do you get on with her?
She's a girl.
Girls are all right. Aren't they?
I better go.
Why?
My dad'll be waiting.
Would you like a lift in a police car?
Siren on?
No, you can't.
Let me put the siren on.
No.
Why not?
Are you always this bossy?
Yeah.
Are you this bossy at home?
Yeah.
This bossy with Mel?
Yeah.
What sort of ways? When you play? What kind of games do you play?
Lots.
Such as...
You name it.
Do you play doctors and nurses?
Yeah. Everything all right?
Fine. You Mr. Collinson?
Yeah. And something happened?
No.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Has he done something wrong?
No, he hasn't.
Then what's he doing with you?
Saw him in the park, we got talking. Give him a lift home.
Why? He's a sensitive lad. You'll scare him.
He's fine. We were just chatting.
Oh. Well, I don't want him chatting with you anymore. I'll take him back now. Is that all right?
As you wish.
Come on.
Bye. Hi, Teach.
Hey, Pupe. Do you want to get something to eat?
I'm fine.
Yeah, me too. Apparently, I just had a burger. What was it? Double cheese? Extra fries? You made me look like a complete idiot. Any idea the lecture I got? What do you think you were doing?
Showing initiative?
Like when you lied to your sarge?
Oh, you can talk. You took the credit for my first ever collar.
Big deal. That's nothing compared to lying to a senior officer. And missing your first ever appraisal. I mean, what is wrong with you anyway?
Nothing's wrong with me. I'm just tired of being wrapped in cotton wool the whole time. I don't want someone keeping an eye on me. I don't want to be puppy walked.
But that's just it. You have to be.
Pardon me for breathing.
What was it anyway?
What was what?
The call out.
It was no big deal. It was no big deal.
I better go.
Do you have to?
Yes.
Can you miss a shift?
Could you?
Fair cop. Do you enjoy your work?
I love it. And I love it round the clock, 24/7, just like you.
Me? No way. End of shift is history. Leave it well behind. Then how you manage to do what you do.
Beats sitting at home.
I was quite enjoying just being at home.
But you're not always here.
Yet.
You shouldn't make a girl promises like that.
Why not?
Because she might make you keep them.
That's a risk I'm prepared to take.
Yeah?
PC Finn, Newton Park. We met earlier.
Oh, yeah. Didn't recognise you.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, playing football.
Inside?
There's no garden.
What's the score?
He's letting me win.
Oh, would I?
33 now.
Can I come in?
What for?
It's important. It's about Nat. You're up late, aren't you, Nat?
Dad always lets me.
Yeah, I'm not a great one for imposing rules. Or, doing housework.
So I see.
You're off duty, I take it?
Just.
So, what can we do for you?
I'd rather we spoke on our own if that's okay.
No, we can talk in front of Nat. There's no secrets in this house. I don't believe in treating kids like idiots.
Nor do I. But sometimes I think you have to treat kids like kids and know when to protect them.
Go get ready for bed, fella.
You said they could stay up late?
Yeah, we'll get changed and we'll see. Well, this better be good.
I just wanted to check he was okay.
Why wouldn't he be? And no offence, but why are you coming here after hours off duty to check on him?
Have you spoken to Nat's mother today?
About an hour ago.
Did she say anything?
About what?
Nat was in a bit of trouble earlier on.
Well, she never mentioned it. What sort of trouble?
How often does he stay with you?
A few nights a week. Why? What is this? What sort of trouble is he in?
Nat's stepfather thinks he might be abusing his sister.
What?
Seems Mel said something that could be construed as...
And Adrian believed her. That's typical. You believe anything that kid says. What does Sal say?
She thinks there's nothing in it. Thinks it's kids' talk.
Well, I agree. It's a ridiculous suggestion, and you have no right to come here and accuse him.
Like I said, I just want to make sure he's okay.
Why wouldn't he be? I said, why wouldn't he be?
If one child's being abused, maybe the other is too.
By?
My question too. Maybe by a parent?
You've got some nerve if you think this might have something to do with me.
Has it?
No.
How can I be sure?
You can't.
Unless you convince me.
Unless I convince you. Either you leave now, or I'll call your colleagues to come and get you.
Take that as a no then, shall I?
Take it as you like. But get out.
Was it me or was she hitting on you?
I told her I was taken.
Like a bloke to limit his range. See, there you go again. You're going all quiet on me. You do that whenever we're in danger of actually talking about anything.
No need, is there?
Well, there's every need. We've been seeing each other for a while now, and I know next to nothing about your past. I don't know about your family. You never mention former girlfriends. I mean, for all I know, you could be married with 3 kids and a dog.
I'm not.
2 kids, no dog?
No.
1 kid?
No.
Married?
No. She died. Her name was Dee. And she was a police officer. And I loved her very much. Happy now?
Sorry.
Me too.
Had no idea.
Why would you? You have to get on.
No.
It's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
I'll be back.
Kids in the corner. Passing drugs.
Yeah, I know. That's why they came and got me.
What are we going to do about it?
We? I told the guys to have a word.
Have a word?
What do you want me to do? Call the police? Exactly.
Right, come on, you lot. Out. Now. Don't ask any questions, just want you out now.
What's she doing here?
Who?
Girl picking up the red jacket.
Oh, she's off in him.
Is she?
Yeah, she goes out with the barman, do you know her?
She's my boss's daughter.
She better not see you with me then.
What I want to do outside is build a huge play area for the kids. Swings, slides, sandpit, the works. What do you think? It'd be fantastic. No, when I was a kid, I always wanted a sandpit. What about you?
A liver-coloured Labrador.
I'll get you one if you like.
No, you're okay.
You don't have to.
I want to. It's okay.
No, it's not.
Cut it out! Police officer! Please, cut it out!
Quiet, quiet. Not you. Come here. What are you doing here? What are you doing with that lot?
Nothing.
Does your dad know you?
Of course he knows I'm here.
What were your mates passing round?
What?
Was it ease?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was being passed round, Jenny?
Nothing. I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're taking drugs, your dad would go ballistic. What if I told him?
You won't.
Why not?
For the same reason I won't say anything about you and her. I've seen you all over her. And if you think my dad would have a problem with that lot, just imagine what we'd think if one of his beloved officers was going out with someone who runs a club, which isn't in the rules, is it? You won't tell him for the same reason I won't. Because neither of us are that stupid. Bye.
You okay?
No. No, I don't get you. I really don't. You stepped in there, you waved your warrant card like it was on fire. I mean, I thought you said you could switch off at the end of a shift. Well, it didn't look like it to me. I mean, what is this? You say one thing and then you do another? It was embarrassing. And it's bad for business.
I had to. There's no way I couldn't. They're about to kick off. Did you want that?
I didn't want you to get heavy.
That's my job.
Not here, it's not. I don't come to the police station and start running a club.
That's ridiculous. It's hardly the same.
It is to me.
Of course it's not.
Well, maybe I don't see it that way. Maybe it's my fault because I'm not a police officer.
But what's that supposed to mean?
Well, maybe after what you said about your past, about your ex, maybe you thought that I was going to wade in there like some stupid copper. I mean, is that what she would have done?
Dee was not some stupid copper.
You arrive under a cloud because it didn't work out at your first station, but we put all that behind you.
For which I'm really grateful.
You've got an odd way of showing it. On day one, you got into a fight with a colleague. Then you take it upon yourself to go out alone and lie about the fact to your sergeant. And then to really complicate things, I come in this morning to a phone call from Jake Collinson, who tells me you went round to his house off duty and accused him of abusing his child. Now, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt.
No, I'm in the middle of an appraisal.
Jake Collinson's just assaulted the stepfather.
I want to talk to the mother.
I thought the CPT took over now.
Sexual assault's one of my areas. Besides, if there's been a complaint against one of my officers, I need to know about it. But I hope for your sake it's got nothing to do with your little visit.
Why are you coming, Mum?
I think somebody needs to keep an eye on you two, don't you, PC trainer? So what have you got to say about this sorry mess you're supposed to be responsible for, Jodie?
PC Finn was only trying to protect the child, and it was my fault she went out on her own yesterday.
Cut the loyalty, she messed up and you know it.
Maybe this job expects too much of its officers.
Well, tough. Officers need to cope, otherwise the whole place would fall apart.
Still, you know how hard it is to deal with sexual abuse.
Actually, a descendant of the old Tibetan fighting dog.
Really?
Yeah, a dog of great courage and stamina.
Where is she now?
She's safe.
How about this one? Return rail trip. Fibber, 4 letters.
I don't know. Away day?
4 letters.
I told you, I'm no good with words.
I thought you could count them.
Only up to 3.
Rumour has it, Tiger, that there's a dog pottering around the station. Wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would we?
You should never believe rumours, boss.
Good, because we can't have a dog in here.
And you are?
In charge of health and safety. That mutt might have fleas or something.
Don't be daft. Flynn's not got fleas.
He's here, isn't he?
She's here.
Oh, is she now?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant that if she was, she'd be a she. She'd be sheing it around the place, not heeing it.
That dog's not yours.
She's not a dog, she's a boxer. And a keen intelligence, loyal affection, a trainability all make a highly desirable
Yeah,
companion.
but she's not yours, though. She already has an owner.
He's not fussed anymore, is he? I appreciate your concern, Cruella, but if it's all the same to you, it's none of your business.
It is if it's in the station.
She. It's not a nit, she's a she. And she's not in the station.
Liar!
What?
Return rail trip. Fibber, liar. It's rail backwards.
She's very good.
One more to get. It's a doddle, nativity of sorts. 6 and 4.
She's not in the station, honest.
Call out.
Oh, can't somebody else go? Jax?
No, she's helping me in the control room. You're a copper. Get out there.
Sarge?
What?
Call out? You haven't told me what or where?
Oh, yeah. I'll just check. Just a moment.
You just don't want to admit it because you never admit anything.
11 years old, Adrian.
What cares about how old he is?
You okay?
Never been better, you?
Do without.
You were the one that wanted action.
Thanks for reminding me.
All right, come
Again,
here. No,
as ever,
come on. I
you've
want
got it
him
wrong.
arrested now, and I want the boy taken away for good.
Hey,
I don't
Sal,
want him back in
Sal,
my house.
you see what you shacked
All
up with,
right, calm down.
Well, it's all lies!
They're not lies!
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey.
Sonny's sick and he should be locked up.
Superintendent Blake, Newton Park. Inside, Mr. Decker, and cut the accusations.
They're not accusations, they're the truth, and I want something done about it. His son abused my daughter.
We don't know that.
We do, I've got proof now.
You're lying!
Shut up, the pair of you, unless you want to carry on through cell walls.
I don't need this.
Hey!
No, I'll stay here. You follow him home and get a statement. Try and talk to the kid if you can. Let Steve do the talking, okay?
You all right, team? You all right, Cobbo?
Bless you.
Where's Tiger?
On a job, boss.
That's it. I'm not having this. Get him out of here.
Sit! She's a good dog, I'll give her that much.
I don't care if she's best of breed. She's not staying here.
Lavender's blue dilly dilly.
Mrs. Decker? Are you all right?
She barely said a word all morning. I don't think she's up to talking.
We're a good family. Really, we are.
I'm sure you are. You said something about proof.
I think you better come next door.
There you go, dog. Enjoy the scenery.
Sal and I rowed this morning about what Mel had said. Sal refused to accept what's going on, so I asked Mel some more about it.
Even though she's only 5 years old?
I know the age of my child, Superintendent. But I needed to know. She said that sometimes Nat takes her to play in the park. They take their clothes off and touch. He makes her touch him, and he touches her.
Did she say where?
She didn't have to. I took her to the doctors. She has some bruising and an intimate inflammation. I'm not imagining it, and Mel's not imagining it. She's been interfered with.
Is she okay?
Physically, yes.
And does your wife now accept that something's happened?
Yes. But she just won't accept it's Nat that's done it.
Why did Mr. Collinson come round?
I rang him. Said his son was a pervert.
Do you think that was wise?
Probably not. But I don't care, to be honest. The boy makes me sick. I want to press charges and I want him prosecuted.
It's okay, one thing at a time.
Why? Think about it. Think about what he's done. He's no innocent.
We don't know for sure yet that it was Nat, Mr. Decker. I mean, 11-year-olds don't just do something like this without a reason.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You were trading some heavy insults outside, accusing Mr. Collinson of abusing Nat.
Jake's weird.
In what way?
Well, he's got no direction in life. No job. No ambition, no aspirations. What kind of a role model is that? He doesn't even make Nat go to school if he don't want to.
Well, that doesn't make him an abuser.
If the child's disturbed, it's his father's fault. At least here he has a base and a structure. At least here there are rules.
A bit like in a police force. And we have rules, systems.
Exactly.
And I'm all for that. As long as he hasn't had too many to cope with.
I don't think so.
Good.
I want him punished.
If Nat is responsible, then it will be dealt with. But we have to remember he is only 11 years old.
I don't care how old he is. If he's done it, he's a sex offender.
Can I talk to your wife?
You can try.
We need to talk to your son.
No way.
Mr. Decker's going to pursue criminal charges, which means we have to investigate. If we don't talk to Nat, social workers will.
Well, rather them than you. See, I'm not a great believer in you lot. You're too quick to point fingers.
I wanted to know what's going on. I still do.
Well, that doesn't mean you...
We're not here to judge anyone, and we're not here to jump to conclusions.
She did.
We just want to know what's going on. This isn't just about the little girl. If what you were saying about Nat's stepfather is true, then Nat really needs help and support.
Adrian's a control freak. Always has been, always will be.
He's also worried about his daughter. You'd be the same.
Don't compare us. He doesn't give a damn. And Nat's happier here.
In what way?
He gets more love and affection. Adrian's as cold as ice. God knows what he's done to Sal.
Oh, Nat.
Please. You have to let us ask him what's going on. Because whatever's happened, we need to know. And so do you. For Nat's sake.
You want to come in a sec? Sit down.
Am I in trouble?
Have I ever been cross with you? Well, this is no different. Whatever you say, I'm not going to be cross with you now. But I do want you to answer these police officers' questions, okay?
Nat, I want to ask you about some of the games you play with Mel. Do you, for example, play footy with her? Do you play catch?
Do you play any games where you touch her at all?
Do you mean like tag?
No. Touching more than that.
No?
No. Unless she's being naughty.
Then what do you do?
Pull her clothes off.
And you touch her all over?
Yeah.
Does Mel ask you to stop?
Sometimes.
And what do you do then? Do you stop?
Do you stop now?
No.
The superintendent wants to talk to you. Come on. I'll take her to her room.
Are you okay? We're a good family.
Mrs. Decker, we're going to need your help.
Well, what they're saying isn't true.
You understand what the doctor said?
She must have fallen. That's all.
I know it's hard.
How can you know?
Mrs. Decker, do you realise how serious this is?
It's not true.
After I've gone, the child protection team are going to come and visit you. Now, certain things are going to be put in motion whether you like it or not. Nat, or maybe even Mel, could be taken away. That's why you have to confront it. Tell me what's going on so I can help. Now, something has clearly happened. You have to find out what and why. Not just for you, for your family. Talk to Mel. Ask her. You have to face this.
Could you?
Yes.
You cross, Dad?
No. No, I'm not.
Can I ask a bit more? What made you take her clothes off, Nat?
It's just playing.
How did you learn to play that game?
What made you think of doing that?
Dunno.
Has anyone ever done anything like that to you?
It's okay, you can tell. Nat, has anyone ever touched you?
No, of course not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
So, did you have any joy, Sam?
Not really.
No, me neither. Getting sick of it, to be honest.
She's finding it hard.
We all are.
I'll be in touch.
What happens now?
We'll hand over to social services. They'll take it from here.
I don't understand. I don't understand how something like this can happen. Why would Nat do it? Is it me? Have I done something?
Whatever it is, Nat's going to need real guidance from now on.
Surviving?
Not really, no.
Hey, you did good in there. That really was going in at the deep end.
It's not going to go on a sex offenders list.
Depends on the outcome of the investigation and how much his stepfather pursues it.
So he could be labelled for the rest of his life.
Or maybe he should be.
Do you really think so?
I don't know. Well, let's just get out of here.
Just like that?
Yep.
How can you do that? That family are going to be all over the place. They need help.
Well, sorry, rookie, but it's the hardest bit, just walking away.
We haven't done enough.
Yes, we have. Nat admits doing it. We don't know why. We never will. It's none of our business anymore. Better get used to it.
I'm amazed you can just forget about it like that.
Maybe I don't forget about the job as much as I should.
Can I nick the keys for a sec, Salty?
It's Salt. What do you want the keys for, anyway?
I just want to have a word with the waster in cell 2. I know him, that's all.
She's gone, Tiger.
Who was?
The dog. Your dog. She's gone.
OK, where is she?
The inspector put her out in the yard.
What do you mean in the yard? Because she's not there now.
You need to talk to the inspector.
Mrs. Decker, I'd like to see Superintendent Blake.
What's happened?
I can't bear the thought of Mel being abused. Nat being responsible, it just makes it worse, let alone anything else.
Anything else?
I heard them, you know, Aid and Jake shouting outside. I heard them accuse each other. This wasn't meant to happen. I was going to be so happy this time around. I so wanted it to work. It's all my fault.
How do you figure that?
I should be a better wife. It's all because of him.
Your husband? Is Adrian abusing your son?
He's a good man, really.
That's not what I asked.
And Nat's just impressionable. He's looking for someone to look up to, for something to make sense of things.
Carry on about your husband.
Aid just has to be in control. Everything has to be done his way. One little thing out of line, and he loses it.
How?
gets aggressive with me.
Physically aggressive. Sexually.
He forces me.
He rapes you.
I don't know, Oh, no. Is that rape?
Did you try to resist?
Yeah.
And he still does it.
Yeah.
That's rape. I don't understand. How does this affect Nat?
I did what you said. Spoke to Mel. She described to me what Nat did. You know, the words he uses, the things he does. What he does. They're the same. The same as Aid.
I don't understand.
Sometimes Aid attacks me. He forces himself on me. And Nat must have seen. He used to come into our room wanting to cuddle up, but Aid stopped him. A couple of times we've caught him standing at the door. He's copied his stepfather. Oh, I wondered when Mel first mentioned it.
Why didn't you say something then?
Because I thought I could cope. I let him do it. I let him do it, and look what's happened. I thought that by hiding what was happening to me, I was protecting me kids. Look what's happened to them.
Are you okay?
Not really.
Mrs. Decker, are you prepared to make a statement if it'll help Nat?
Will it?
Yeah. Right, well, you come with me and I'll get someone to help.
I'm sorry.
You off then?
Too right I am.
Sorry about your dog.
Yeah, me and all.
Sticking it in the yard like that, really? I mean, I'm no great pet lover myself. I've got my husband to contend with.
I'm going to look for her.
But really, tying her up like that, I won't stand for it.
I mean, she could be anywhere by now.
She could. But in fact, she's beneath my feet.
Oh. Carmads.
Don't mention it. They came looking, but I thought I'd better not let on, otherwise they'll throw her out again. Keeping her here was child's play. Child's play. It's a doddle, nativity of sorts, child's play. Oh.
Mum, are you okay?
What does it look like?
Can I do anything?
No.
What is it?
Nothing.
Steve spent the day telling me not to get involved. To walk away from other people's problems.
Sound advice.
Problem with being a rookie is I'm too inexperienced to listen. It's okay. But you're gonna have to tell me what's going on.
I was raped 2 weeks ago.
What are you doing here?
I've already lost one person I loved. 2 would be careless. When we're together, I promise I'll try not to be a copper. And when I'm with you, I'll only be with you. No one else. No ghosts. I came here because I want us to try again. If you'll have me.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Shall I get someone?
No.
Shall I get your husband?
No. I don't know what to do, like... I don't know who did it, I don't know why, I mean... Why does someone do that?
I don't know. You must know something.
I know I feel responsible. I know I feel ashamed. I know I thought I could cope.
You can't. And you don't have to.
Yes, I do.
You have to report it.
No way.
Is he still out there? Then you have to. For other people's sake.
I can't go through with that. I'm sorry if I got upset. But this goes no further.
You heard what Sal Decker said.
Yeah, and it's going to tear a family apart.
Or save it. Look what happened when she kept quiet.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can face it. I want you to keep it quiet. This goes no further.
There's a controversial mobile phone case in Judge John Deed at 9 o'clock over on Drama. Maybe people with awful ringtones are finally being brought to justice. That's part of our Martin Shaw week, but next on Gold, it's the bill.